Hello, I'm attorney Scott Lesowitz, and this is my I Told You So video. So after Pat McAfee filed a motion to dismiss Brett Favre's awful defamation lawsuit against him, Brett Favre has now agreed to dismiss the case with no payment and virtually nothing in return from Pat McAfee. And the case was clearly garbage because Brett Favre was suing Pat McAfee for making statements about a matter of public interest, Brett Favre's alleged role in an alleged welfare fraud scheme, and Pat McAfee made it clear he was just discussing what he had heard in the media and what other people on the show were telling him about the case. Here, this clip from Pat McAfee is what Brett Favre got.
I respect the hell out of Brett Favre, the football player, and his Hall of Fame career on the field, and I have no personal knowledge about any case involving Brett in Mississippi. I am pleased to report that based solely on me again clarifying these points now, with no settlement paid, Brett is withdrawing his suit against me.
All right, so this is a total loss for Brett Favre. I don't want there to be any pretending that somehow this was anything but a loss. The original video that Brett was suing Pat over made it clear that Pat had no independent or firsthand knowledge about Brett or the alleged welfare fraud scheme. It was clear to anybody watching that he was just discussing what he had heard and what others were telling him. And the other thing is, do you notice how Pat doesn't say he respects Brett as a person or anything like that? He just says that he respects Brett as a football player. So this really goes out to Brett Favre's attorney, who once said this about the lawsuit.
It's going to cost Pat McAfee millions of dollars. And if it bankrupts him, then he will have learned his lesson.
And right after he said that, in reacting to that clip, this is what I said. I gotta say, when Brett Favre loses his lawsuit, which he almost assuredly will, Brett Favre's attorney is going to look really, really bad here. So yeah, Pat McAfee ain't going bankrupt. Pat McAfee ain't paying millions of dollars. Pat McAfee's paying zero. And I also note that there's no anti-SLAPP statute in Mississippi where the lawsuit was. So really there's no downside in Pat McAfee doing this because he couldn't have gotten his attorney's fees quickly like he would have if the lawsuit were in a place like California. So hopefully Brett Favre's attorney learned a lesson about that kind of WWE smack talk. It appears that Brett Favre's lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, his defamation lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, is still outstanding. I didn't see anything indicating that that case is being dismissed. I didn't see anything indicating there was a similar type of agreement. Shannon Sharpe did file a motion to dismiss in his case, and I will try to do a video on that next week if I have time. Take care. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave me your comments about what your thoughts are about Brett Favre in this case, and I look forward to seeing the comments. The original videos, they were great. So thank you and take care.